Welcome everyone to the first intermission report here at Utica TV Frozen Game Day. James Brown, Jeremy Horowitz, Nico Leonard, Jack Rathburn. We just got done a 0-0 currently after one. How do we feel about that period, boys?
That is playoff hockey, boys. That's playoff hockey. You know how you watch an NHL regular season game and you're like, they're pulling their punches a little. These guys are everywhere. I mean, we were talking about it in the pregame report. Alexander Gullickson is everywhere right now. Hey, Zamboni, hey, wave to the camera. Alexander Gullickson is everywhere right now. He's racing around the ice. There is so much adrenaline. Granted, it is the first period. There's going to be more adrenaline in the first period of a hockey game like this, but I haven't seen adrenaline like that in a D3 hockey game at all. Like, this is the kind of stuff you see in Game 7 of an Eastern Conference final.
Yeah, to me, that felt more like a sprint than a hockey game. I mean, you had the first 4 or 5 minutes. There was no whistle. Hobart completely came out. They dictated play. They were, like you said, they were not pulling any punches. The Pioneers, I think they were surprised by it. They were caught on their heels a lot. They couldn't get anything going in their own D zone, the neutral zone, or Hobart's. And we didn't see them in Hobart's D zone for 8 minutes in that first period. They couldn't get anything going. Hobart completely dictated the pace of play. Luckily for the Pioneers, it's 0-0 after one. But if I'm Gary Heenan locker room, you got to figure something out because they could not get anything done. That last minute and a half, that was exactly what the Pioneers did in the second period against Curry on Friday night, and exactly what Hobart did against the Ice Knights in the first period on Friday night before the Pioneers played. They controlled every facet of the game. The Pioneers luckily not down, luckily tied.
No, well, Gary Heenan, I mean, I was talking to JB, we were standing over here, he is screaming his head off, so I can't even imagine what he's talking about in the locker room right now. But going back here, talking about how physical this game is, maybe I haven't watched enough D3 hockey. I've watched a lot of Utica games, but I've never seen a hockey game at this level, this physical. There's been a lot of big hits. Both sides are cheering. It is physical, and it is getting rough.
That's how you set the tone with big hits. That's exactly how it's done. And, I mean, I don't want to go against Utica here, but the biggest setting the tone moment right now was Brian Scoville getting sent into the boards right there. He's a behemoth on the ice, and he went down like a large tree. It was hard to watch as a Utica fan, but we looked good at times. I know you were talking about Hobart kind of dominated and dictated play, but we did look good at times. There was still positives to take away, 100%.
Yeah, I want to go back to counter-argument to you. I feel like this Utica team is striking a little bit of fear in Hobart, too. There was a couple of hits. There was one, I don't know who it was, somebody was trying to get to the boards, and one of the Hobart players was right in front of him. He was laying him on the ground. I feel like Utica is playing tough. I think it probably was Alexander Gullickson. But I'm going to say, right now, I really like how Utica is playing, although it is a 0-0 hockey game, and they haven't had their moments. Their aggressiveness is the reason why this game is 0-0. You could see a little bit. Hobart is a little scared sometimes when they see big guys like Scoville.
Sure.
They've been taking some tough hits.
Sure.
And it's starting to take a toll on them.
I was excited to that power play. I mean, JB, I looked at you and I was like, I think they're going to score on this power play. I mean, they had momentum going into it. Power play came, I think, at the perfect time, and I think it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think the power play was really set up how they wanted to. Really couldn't get anything clear. The first 35, 40 seconds were good. They had a shot from Scoville pretty much right off the draw. It was a great look.
Yeah.
They had Beaver moving from his right to his left. Scoville shot it right in his shoulder. It's a great shot, put it in the perfect spot. Beaver's just so big, he's able to swallow it with his right shoulder. I mean, it's a tough save. That's what he does. That's a national championship goalie. He's there for a reason. But I know I talked about how physical Hobart was in the first couple of minutes. Utica responded to that, and I think Drake Morris was really the one who said, you know what, I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy that's going to make things happen for my team. I'm going to make sure we're not getting outplayed. We're not getting out-toughed. Drake Morris, in front of his own bench, laid a couple guys out, and then Anthony Backs in the corner right next to Ryan Heroes. Listen, if you're going to hold me down, I'm not going to get up. I'll hold you down just as well. Everyone in front of me, because I'm calling the game right up there, and every Hobart fan is screaming, hollering after every missed call, which I'm looking at the camera right here. There are no missed calls. This
commented on my Instagram post.
These refs are letting them play.
I was deleting a comment. Oh, it wasn't the refs.
Yeah.
It wasn't the refs. Hey, let them cry.
The refs are letting these guys play. I'm not sure if it's the same refereeing crew as we had Friday night, but it sure seems like it because they are letting them play.
Yes.
I love it personally.
I love it too.
I'm sure the guys in the ice do. Listen, we are in for a great 40 minutes of hockey at least. Maybe we'll see some extra free hockey, but listen, Pioneers, got to play crisper, got to play cleaner, got to slow things down because right now the pace is completely being dictated by Hobart. It looks like Mark Sears out here playing point guard and for the Alabama basketball team.
Brunson.
Hobart looks quick though, boys. They look fast.
How they play.
But I got to give credit to Jacob, bro. We talked about it a little bit, me here, Jack. Even Trey, too, part of our great team here at Utica TV. Jacob Bro's winning those faceoffs, especially, and those have been huge moments, especially winning these faceoffs right in the circle right here that you guys can see. Jacob Bro, he's playing some really good hockey right now, winning winning those faceoffs, I think, is going to start to come to the advantage. Because if you can win those on the other side of things, get a shot from Scoville from the blue line, I think that could be a good look.
And I'm going to go back to what we were saying on the pregame show. We said the first and second line need to just do their job. I feel like for the most part, they're doing their job. It took a second to settle in, but up until the power play, and maybe not after the power play, but those 5 minutes leading up to the power play, and even the power play looked good. I'm very disappointed we didn't finish on it. I really think we needed to, but it's okay. The first and second line are doing their jobs. When the third and fourth lines go out there, and you got big old Alexander Gullikson running at you, Gutt had a nice shot at one point too. They are
Matt Wood had one too.
Exactly.
Really
Matt
good
Wood,
one.
I was going to say, is playing very well right now.
He is.
Those bottom lines are putting pressure on Hobart. Hobart doesn't look like Hobart when the lower lines are on the ice right now. It's very, very, very different. It's a different feel when the lower lines are on the ice. And Gary is trying to get them out as much as possible. I haven't seen these lines out as much as they have been today in past games. Who knows?
And call me crazy, but I think Hobart's physicality may get them into a little bit of trouble. I believe it's Connor Swift, their starting left defenseman. He stepped up on John Gutt, trying to keep the puck in because Gutt was
Is that
breaking
86?
out. No, number 6.
86.
Number six, Connor Swift. John Gutt was breaking out. He stepped up on Gutt. Gutt went right around him. They had a 2-on-1 back the other way. Luckily enough, Swift is Swift, not to be corny. He can skate. He got back on Gutt. They ended up not getting that great of a look on it. But if they're going to play over physical like that, that's going to get them into some trouble. Because this Pioneer team, they can move. They're very elusive, very quick. And listen, if Hobart's going to take those chances, Utica's going to take advantage.
JB's getting
I'm
chirped.
the jinx.
He's the jinx. He has to pick him, and we're going to win.
Against Utica every time they win.
He's
I'm
undefeated.
staying jinx.
Yep, roll the ears.
Using them every time. Talking to some great fans here.
This place is packed. I wish we could do like a pan around to this place. I mean, this place is nuts right now. It's all right.
Me and Jack were saying, it's neck and neck right now with both crowds. Utica's bringing it. Hobart's bringing it. This is one of the most electric atmospheres I've ever been a part of.
I think Hobart had more to cheer for in that first period, but when the Pioneers had something, anything, either a face-off win, a clearing, you hear the Utica. Listen, I'm in the booth. That sends chills down my spine. I've never heard that before.
You know what I'm ready to hear, though? You know what I'm ready to hear? It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
That's going to be
because
loud.
Seriously, though, going into this is like, I think if we're going to score, it's going to be this period. I think we're going to see a similar second period team to when we saw Friday.
It's got to be
100%.
early.
It's going to be early if it's going to happen. I reckon, based on what you're saying, Hobart getting themselves into some trouble, I think it's going to be on the power play. They got one power play done. Yeah, Hobart killed it. It definitely sparked some life into the Statesman crowd, 100%. But I think the power play is where we're going to snag one, 100%. That power play looks really good, and we look very, very, very good from the blue line, like we were talking about in the pregame. Bax looks good. Scoville looks good. Schulte's almost had one. Oh, my gosh. That was a rip, an absolute ripper.
A couple things that I think we need to look at is that Hobart is playing really good. They're playing really fast, but defensively, they're making mistakes. They're not playing that perfect defense like we've seen from a Hobart team in the past, and especially on the power play, I think Utica knows that. They know that they're going to wait for them to make that kind of mistake, and they are playing very patient. They were passing it around. They were going to the blue line. They were going back and forth all the way across. They're playing very patient, looking for those opportunities, and I think if they get another power play, I think it's a pretty safe bet. They might get an opportunity and a chance at the net, because if they're going to play patiently and look for opportunities and mistakes, Hobart's going to make a mistake. There's going to be
and another thing with Utica, Hobart playing very, very physical. Pioneers are a very disciplined team. They're not going to go do something stupid and take one of the best players off the ice. So again, I mentioned how deep this Pioneer team is. Lines 1 through 4 can make something happen. They're a very deep team. They can't afford to take a dumb penalty and send one of their guys to the box, because this Hobart power play will make you pay for it.
Yeah.
I think the Statesmen are getting very ticked off at the fact that the Pioneers are not falling into the trap and are not making any dumb decisions when Hobart is trying to pull them in and try to rope them into making a dumb play. I'm very impressed with the poise and the composure of this Pioneer team through 20 minutes.
And they need to have this composure too, because going back to this whole power play thing, I believe going into this game, the Pioneers are just under 500 on a conversion rate for the power play, which is pretty good. It's not bad. They're 0.49, I'm going to say 6. I'm going to say 0.496% on the power play conversion. They're good. I love the power play that goes out there. I love Bro. I love Morse. I love Malera, Scoville, and I believe it was Schulte's. I love those two, Scoville and Schulte's on the blue line. They had a lot of good chances. I want this, and the fact that they're playing discipline, we were talking about this on Friday's pregame show. It's a big deal that we're being the more disciplined one, because the big praise that we had for this Hobart team was how disciplined they were as a program. Coach of the year, two-peat, going for a three-peat this year. We said the big thing about Hobart is their discipline, their experience, but we look like the disciplined team out there.
And Jeremy, it's kind of to your point, you were talking about that physicality. If they're going to go for these hits on defense where they could just be kind of playing back, that's a great opportunity to get either lose a defender or even get a breakaway opportunity. Those are those mistakes that I was talking about. That's a great opportunity to get an easy shot on the net.
Yeah, we saw Eric Vitale streaking it. We saw it a couple times last game, but tonight, Eric Vitale, he kind of likes to hang out between the blue line and the red line when the Pioneers are breaking out. He can move. He gets a stretch pass, he's gone. We saw it early in that period. I think they're going to continue to look for him early, breaking out of the zone, because again, Hobart likes to play physical. They like to take that extra chance at a hit, try to hem the puck in. If they're going to do that, Vitale's on the ice, he's going to get down the ice, and he's going to make a move on Beaver, and it may light the lamp.
We've had a couple pretty good breakaways out of the neutral zone where we're like 3v2 or something like that. That's where we look the most dangerous right now. I believe that's where gut shots came from that flew over the bar a little bit. Vitale had a chance at one point, deked him a little bit, just barely couldn't nick it, but that's where we're getting a lot of our chances. We're catching them off guard from the neutral zone, like you were saying, in breakaways.
Well, boys, last question before we wrap up. We got about 3 minutes until these guys get back out here for the second period. But last question here. We haven't talked about my key player yet, Ryan Piros. He's gotten tested a lot. How do we think he's playing so far?
I think he's playing well.
I think he's making great saves. I don't really love how aggressive he's being. He's going out of the net a lot. He made a couple of questionable passes that have put him in kind of scary situations. I wish he would kind of stay in the net, don't move around too much, but the saves he's making in the net is exactly what we expected from him tonight.
Yeah, it's always scary when your goalie goes to play the puck, especially with this Hobart team streaking down the ice, and they're coming at you hard. This team really knows how to move. The one thing, maybe staying there a little bit longer, let your defenseman play the puck. But he's been very calm between the pipes. He's making very acrobatic saves. But his rebounding control, not what I thought it would be. I mean, again, these shots aren't easy saves to make. But there's been a couple of times where he's made saves with his gloves or his pads, and the puck's jutting out a little too far to dive on top of it. So the second period, I like to see him control the rebounds a little bit more.
All right, 20 minutes of hockey. We got a second period coming up. Referees just head onto the ice. Tune in to WPNR 90.7 FM Utica to listen to this guy, Ray Biggs, Riley Calhoun. You don't want to miss this period. We expect something big's going to happen.
Pioneers 1-0 after this period.
Tune in. We'll be back with you at the end of 2.
For the Moose.